dear friend, and welcome back to Who Knows podcast.
Who knows what we're gonna talk about today?
Yeah, even though we were just sitting here talking
Yeah.
and we said what we're going to talk about, and then we have a few things that we're going to talk about and run by you.
Mm-hmm.
And we also want to say that it's fun now to have a Substack place where we post, and also post a little bit extra for the people and friends and family that would like the backstage pass.
Yeah, it's just some fun little extras. It can be questions, it can be Q&As, we can do little activities every now and then.
Yep.
Yeah, just a little group extra session.
Yeah,
I don't know how to
absolutely.
describe it, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think backstage is a bit, it's a good word, because then, it's more, a little bit more personal maybe,
Yeah.
with some nuggets.
Nuggets.
Yeah, with some nuggets.
Okay.
Some extra nuggets.
Nuggies.
Yeah. So how are you?
I'm pretty okay today. I mean, yesterday I took the day off to kind of ground myself again after your birthday trip.
Mm.
And yeah, I just had to kind of recharge my social battery and ground myself. So, but today I'm feeling hyped. I wanna do stuff. So, yeah, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm exactly the opposite.
You need your grounding day today.
Yeah, because you came, Mom, we need to record. And I'm like, okay, maybe not today. And you're like, yeah, come on. So here I am. And we were talking about, before we pressed record here, because Dad said, why don't you talk about teenage and parents and like that? And we said, well, we've done that, but...
There's so many different sides of, like, being in a family, like different roles and different relationships, and and we've just kind of vaguely covered the topic of, like, how to communicate with each other, but I think we should talk about more the roles and responsibilities and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have always been pretty liberal with certain things, but we have very strict rules when it comes to certain things, when it comes to lying, which actually has put your brother into trouble, but because it's been one of these that, if you lie, you're a very, 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 very bad person.
Yeah.
And but sometimes you just need to
I
stay out of trouble.
Yeah, and it's also
Not
like,
with us, not as the parents, but outside the household.
No, but I mean, like, I also think that lying to your parents is just a thing that everyone has to go through.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how much you want to, like, not have your child lie to you, it's still gonna happen. It's part of growing up, you know? Even though it sucks in both ends at times, especially when the lies are revealed. But, yeah, I mean, like, even though, like, I haven't lied to you guys that much, but the lies that I have told you have been pretty extreme. But at the same time, I'm very grateful for that, because I feel like it's really helped our relationship grow, and communication-wise, and just growth in general. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's also, lying as a parent is also another thing. Like, lying as a teenager is one thing. That's like, you're a teenager, you know? But I feel like when you're a grown-up, lying to your kid, that's a different kind of, like, lie. I feel like it's a different one.
Yeah.
You're just looking at me like,
No, but it is different. And I do remember when I lied to you when you were about, I can't remember how old you were, 9, 10, and I was smoking. And you said, Mom, I think you're smoking. I'm like, no.
that was, I despise that because like I remember so vividly, like I could smell your breath and it smelled like an ashtray, like so much, and I just knew that you were smoking, but and I kept giving you chances to tell me. I kept saying like, "Mom, are you smoking?" Like,
I'm like, no.
tell me, and you're like, "No,
No.
Annie, no, no." And then I finally catch you, and like, that like, it was such a conflicting moment catching you smoking because it was like, oh, she's been lying to me, but I'm also been right this whole time. So like,
Yeah, true.
yeah.
No, I know. And Dad said to me as well, why do you keep lying to her?
Yeah.
And I said to him, no, I don't want to be a bad example. And,
So lying to your
parents
child.
that smoked and the kids start smoking. I didn't want you to wake that monster, the nicotine monster within your body, because it's a struggle for the rest of your life normally. And I'm never gonna forget it. We were living in a house, and the only upstairs was like our bedroom, and outside our bedroom was like a French balcony.
It was like
so
this
you can,
teeny tiny balcony.
So you can only stand there for like two people. And I was standing outside. You were in bed.
No. It was like, it was time to go to bed,
Yeah.
but there was something that I needed to get from your bathroom. So I ran up and I went into the bathroom, and as I was, because when you go into your bathroom, you kind of have your back against the balcony, so I didn't see you at first. And then when I come back to go downstairs, I see you smoking. And I just stand there for like what felt like 10 minutes.
Yeah, because I had my back against the window,
Yeah.
and you had the nose against the glass. You were so close. Yeah, you were so close to the glass. And when I turned around, you were like 5 centimeters from my face, and me with the cigarette, with tobacco in my, in my lips. And you just looked at me and like, I knew it! And then you just ran down the stairs. And I was like, wait.
I'm like, I'm not giving you a second to explain yourself, you liar.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Let's not lie. But it's funny with lies, actually. But let's go back to parenting.
But, yeah, this is a kind of a good segue because with different roles in the family, like you are the adult, you're the parent, and I'm the teenager, the child. But in that situation, the roles kind of reversed in a way. So it's like you're the lying little teenager, and I'm the one catching you red-handed. Yeah. So yeah, it's funny with like different roles in the family because there are times where I genuinely feel like I'm the parent, and like especially when there's like so much like off balance energy in the house and like everything's chaotic and I'm just like trying to keep it together. Like,
what do you mean? When is that?
I don't know. Sometimes like you and Dad can both be very off balance, but like off balance in a way that's like not in the same wavelength of off balance. So like you're both just chaotically off balance. Okay. And then I'm just like, okay, how that like, cause I'm like the mom of the friend group. I kind of become the mom in like these situations too. So I'm just like, okay, how can I like, I don't know, help? How can I like just stabilize the energy in the house and like just kind of pick the pieces together to just kind of like form some kind of stable energy.
It's not your responsibility though, but do you feel it is?
No. It's like I don't feel it's my responsibility at all, but at the same time, like I can't help but do that because like for one, I am so incredibly sensitive to any form of energy change. True. So like when it's off balance in the house, like I just completely shut down. No, like when we were having renovations here at home and there were just builders everywhere and everyone was just kind of drained and exhausted and pissed off at everything, and it was just awful energy at home for like a solid month.
Yeah.
That was horrible for me to be around because it was just so overwhelming. Like every morning I'd just open the door and it'd be like,
People
I don't
there.
want to be here.
Yeah.
Like this sucks.
Yeah, you can't really do anything about it. You
No.
just have to have the
Yeah,
patience
so
until it's done.
yeah, so like when there is kind of an like an off energy in the house for both people, like for both you and Dad and myself, I could just kind of try to somehow help it, to kind of put my mind at ease and to kind of help you guys in a way, in whatever way I can. But yeah, no, I mean, I know it's not my responsibility, but like you help the people you care about. That's just
Yeah,
human
it's your
nature.
personality as well.
Yeah.
But going back to the rules, and is there any rules that you think we, could have done differently, or any rules that we didn't have, or because we're quite liberal in this family?
Yeah. As in like boundaries and things like that, or
Yeah, I don't know if you have it depends. It's if you have any in your mind that you think, oh God, I can't believe that you had that rule, or that you put boundaries around that, or
I know there is, but I can't think of them.
Oh, brilliant!
Because like I know there was maybe like there wasn't many, because like I agreed with most rules, even though like when you're a kid and your dad doesn't let you eat candy one day or something like that, that's just annoying, but like you get it. But there's certain rules where I'm just like, huh? I remember, like I don't remember the rules, which is so frustrating, but I do remember that there were a few that I was just like, this does not make any sense and I don't get why they're here. And that's probably why I broke them.
Yeah,
because like if I don't get it and if I don't respect it, then I'm not gonna follow it,
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. What rules did you guys have when you were kids?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just the normal ones, I think. It wasn't anything.
Yeah,
extra.
but I ask because since you and Dad are very liberal, your parents were not so liberal.
Oh yeah, they were. I had teenage parents, but there were some stupid rules, like I had to finish my food on the plate, which until just a few years ago I almost always left, even if it was just a pea on the plate. I kind of, because the trauma around that, now like I can leave. Nobody can tell me that I can't.
Kind of a middle finger up to your past.
So that was a really stupid rule, I think, especially when somebody else plated my food, but I did plate my own food. But then I realized sometimes that, I wasn't that hungry, or I didn't like it.
I mean, you have the tiniest stomach I've ever seen on a person. Like, you, compared to what an average person eats, you eat very little compared to them.
But I eat often. I'm that one. I'm picky.
Yeah.
I pick food, and I eat.
I
eat often.
Yeah, you're snackish.
Yeah. But other than that, rules, I don't know. Breaking the rules as a teenager, I did a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what Grandma says? She says, about being honest, because we have a really nice, we talk about everything, and because they were very young when they got me, teenagers themselves.
Yeah, they were younger than I was.
Yeah.
Grandma was, what, 16, 17?
She was 16 when she got pregnant with me, and then she just turned 17 before I came. And then, so when she was 23, she already had 3 kids.
Damn.
Can you imagine?
No.
So, no. But they did the absolute best they can, of course, or could. But later, I remember when I was about 25 or 30 or whatever, I started telling Grandma what I actually had done.
Mm.
And she said, thank God I didn't know at the time, you know, because it's better to know afterwards when I'm okay, you know, what, because I was pretty wild and naughty and, you know, and all that.
Yeah,
So
we were talking about this on your birthday trip because I, like, Dad asked to describe the two of you in just like a sentence or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I described you as a rebellious teenager with her shit together. Which is like, it's such an accurate way to describe you, I think, because you do, in certain scenarios, you are so well put together and you're so organized and you really have like, you got an eye for everything. But in other scenarios, you are a wild teenager who's just like down to party and let's go dancing and like it's so, and like it's especially when you like get tipsy, that part of you, like every single time you go out with your friends or like you and Dad have had a dinner with you guys as friends and you've had a few drinks and you come home and you're like, I just see that look in your eye and it's like, yeah, let's go dancing. Like,
Thank God it doesn't happen so often anymore because I'm too tired the day after.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore.
And also,
but I agree, yeah.
And also, thank God that like you're that kind of intoxicated instead of like aggressive and.
That's the boring part about, well, not boring, but sometimes I feel like it I don't know how to say this now without sounding too, but it doesn't matter. It's, you know, these days you have to pay so much because the body is not so young any longer.
Oh, right.
So you have 3 glasses of
you
wine.
meant actually pay. It's like, it's such a shame. Alcohol is so expensive.
No, I mean, like, you wake up the day after if you have 3 glasses of wine and you're like, oh no. Yeah, it is fun to let your hair down. But I want to say, though, I'm so grateful that you are not that kind of wild and party girl that I was at your age, because then I felt, I can feel today for my dad and mom, you know, because having a child that is a little bit crazy in the teens or young 20s is of course a lot different than having one that's a bit more calmer like you. So I'm very grateful, my dear.
Yeah, no, I had like 2 years of like a party phase, but then I was just like, I remember exactly the moment where I was out at a club with some friends and I was like, I think one of my friends got like depressed and ran away, like that kind of drunk. The other one's like throwing up in the bathroom. And I'm just like standing there. And I remember exactly that moment being like, this is such a waste of life. Yeah. And it's just like, there's no benefits coming out of this. Everyone's just like not enjoying themselves. And it's just like, I feel like physically awful because of the alcohol. And it's just like, it's like, I just realized that like partying, depending on how you do it, of course, but like partying, like clubbing and things like that, it's just such a void for energy. And I just, no, I'm good. I had that phase. I had that experience. So now I rarely ever drink anymore. And if I do, it's just fantastic, casually with some friends or something.
Nice.
But
so
you asked a question before on like rules and boundaries that I disagree with, and I came up with one. It's not really a rule or a boundary, but this whole situation I heavily disagree with, because it was the first time I lied to you guys, I think, or like, I think it was the first time.
You must be 9 or 10 or something.
No.
You had a phase then.
Or at least the first time you caught me in a lie.
Oh, I see.
Which was like, the lie was to kind of protect my friends.
Oh, yeah.
But I got punished for it. Like, I got grounded for, what, a week or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over Halloween it was.
Yeah,
even.
which sucked because it was
Yeah.
my friend's birthday. It was Halloween. And it was just, And I remember thinking, like, but, like, I lied for a good cause. Yeah.
You did. No, you were in. It was like, it was such a horrible situation for you, and I
Yeah.
felt so bad for you. But the way you lied was,
But that's
we
the
could not take that.
That's another thing. Just because I'm good at lying, why do I have to get punished worse for it because I'm good at it?
Because you shouldn't use it. First of all, you should be honest.
But if I...
But the thing was, you could not be honest because these group of friends, they were new to you. They were a good bunch of kids. You were 15, I think.
Yeah.
And you were so happy to have these group of friends. And just to tell the story very shortly, I'm not going to go into any details, but everybody had a sleepover at ours.
It was like the first big sleepover I ever had.
And there were boys and girls, and one of the girls' mother called me and saying, because she was a bit of a wild one, and her mother called me and said, listen, I don't want her to stay over because they might, have sex, basically. And I said, no, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep an eye. The girls will be in Emilou's room and the boys will be in the attic. We had like an attic room. So they're not even going to sleep in the same room. Well, little did we know.
I didn't even know.
No, but she had snuck up to one of the boys and had sex under our roof without us knowing. And then the day after, it was such a horrible situation. The day after, another girl's parents calls me and saying, listen, can you come? I want to talk to you. And she told me that this is what this other friend had told us, and we just want you to know because this is not good. Because you were still very young, you're not legally allowed to have sex. So anyway.
But the thing is, because the reason why I hated that situation so much is because during that sleepover, I tried so hard to keep everyone like where they should be. Like everyone kept trying to sneak out and go to each other, and I kept being like, yo, like, please just stay here. I can't be bothered with the drama, and just like, please just, I know.
No, you did your best.
I did. And I didn't even know that they slept together.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they did, to be honest.
No, no, they did.
How do you know?
No, because I talked
to
to his mother and I talked to her mother, and they both admitted that they did.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so everything came out in the open. But when we asked you, and then you actually knew, you lied, and Dad was defending you so much against the other parents, and him being such in the truth movement and telling the truth is
and also
so
a first-time parent
for him. Yeah, it's so important for him. So, and he said, I could go in court and say that my daughter is telling the truth, which you didn't.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's the thing again. Just because I'm good at lying, like, why?
No, but that's like saying I'm good at shooting. You're not supposed to shoot people.
Yeah, but you...
Or that was a really bad example.
That's a very bad example. No, but like... Because you admit that, like, the situation was a very hard thing to, like, for me to kind of...
Yeah,
there wasn't a good way.
If you would have said the truth to us, your friend, your girlfriend, your newly found girlfriend, she would have hated you. She would have been so upset with you. But at the end, you did it so well because we confronted you. We gave you so many chances because we knew you were lying and you didn't know that we knew.
You didn't give me so many chances.
Well,
we were in the
did.
Car, you asked, I lied, and then we got home and you guys were pissed.
We asked you a few times. You remember badly, I think.
True, my memory is horrible.
But but at the end we just said, listen, we know what happened, and then you started crying, and dad, it was funny to watch him because it's the first time he shut you out like that.
It was
He completely
horrible.
ignored you. But do you
'Cause, like-
remember, I just have to finish this story because for 2 days he couldn't look at you. He didn't speak with you. He was so upset with you. He's not a guy that screams or
horrible.
anything like that, but he just shut you off like you didn't exist. And you were sad, you were saying you were sorry, and at the end I said, listen darling, you need to go and let her in now. She's done everything she can to say she's sorry. You were grounded over your friend's birthday and Halloween, but he was but you said, listen dad, I've done everything I can to say I'm sorry. And you really, really told him in a good way. And I said as well, you need to give it up now, which he did. But it was very hard
But
for
the
him
thing
to...
is, it was such a, awful situation.
No, it
Because,
was.
I had been shut out from you before. And, I knew how to handle that. Because for you, it's just oh, I'm going to have my hissy fit. You're going to, not... pretend I don't exist until I come say I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And when you say you're sorry, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's how you work. But because it was the first time Dad has ever done it, I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Who is this? This isn't my dad. What is the situation? What do I say? And eventually I just ran out of options and I was like, Dad, I can't do this anymore. I'm going insane. Just please let me go from this hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, that situation, even to this day, I think that situation was unfair.
No, it was.
For me.
No, it was. I agree. And he agrees today, but he didn't know how to handle it at the time.
Yeah.
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 You're crying, darling.
No, I'm crying. My body remembers
Yeah,
the
I
trauma.
know. Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. No, because I remember and I said to him, come on, she can't do anything else. And I bet, he would probably have done the same thing, and I as well, defending and protecting your friend.
Yeah.
Your parents, well, they're going to be there anyway, So.
Yeah,
But it was tricky. I felt sorry for you, but we had to put our foot down that this is not happening ever again.
Yeah.
Because there was so many people involved, other parents.
Yeah.
And, so
That
lying, lying. I think after that, I hope you haven't done a big one, but if you have, it's we don't know about it, so no harm done.
I've had big lies and you guys caught me in them.
Oh yeah.
Like the tattoos.
Oh yeah. Damn, girl. No.
Listen, I was in my rebellious era and it was a bad year.
But so stupid. This is how I always say.
Okay, this is a confession that I have that you don't know about.
No.
No. So, cause...
Listen, do you want to do this here?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
It's in the past. So, because I remember... So, I'm just going to, quickly tell the story. I have 3 tattoos around my rib cage. Very small tattoos that I got as a kind of middle finger up to you guys because I was in a very bad state of mind.
You were 16.
Yeah, and we didn't have a very good relationship at the time. And also a bunch of other things, but I'm not going to get into that. And I had them for... I don't even know what I was thinking because I was like, eventually they're going to find out. But, I don't know. It's that, whatever, rebellion. And I ended up... For some reason, I remember exactly. I posted it on TikTok, and I remember when I posted it, I was like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
To post it. Even you're like, come on, rebel better.
No, but if you're going to sneak around, go and post it on social media.
Yeah, but, yeah, and then one day you guys sat me down, and every time you guys tell me to sit down, my heart skips a beat because I'm like, oh God, the world's ending. And you guys asked, oh, do you have 3 tattoos around your rib cage? And I said, yeah. I was like, I'm already caught. I'm not gonna lie about it. Yeah, I do. And that was a big thing. But a confession that I have is because I continuously asked you, how did you find out? And I knew it was through TikTok because it's the only way you would find out. But how you, like, because I know you don't use TikTok.
No.
And I know that if you have had an account, it's blocked or was blocked on TikTok by me. Because I want that privacy, or I wanted that privacy. So I was like, I literally scrolled through my entire following list. I was like, I need to find who like is friends with you guys that would have told you. I didn't find anyone. I scrolled through everyone that had been like recently viewed my profile. I didn't find anyone. I deleted anyone that looked suspicious.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want people snooping on my shit, you know? And then I remember I remember you guys were out somewhere for like lunch or something, and I went on your computer and I went through your WhatsApp chats trying to find who told you, but I didn't find anyone. So I was still stuck, and I still to this day don't know who told you.
Oh my god, that's not okay.
Well, no, but it's
No.
not okay to invade
Lucky I
your-
haven't got any secrets on WhatsApp. I haven't got any secrets. I'm
all
pretty
your
boring
chats
these
were,
days.
Yeah, all your chats were lame. I was just like, hey, can I order this thing? Or hey, I hope you're having a good day. It was just like, where's the drama? Where's the tea? Where's the
No,
juice?
thank God there's no drama like that.
No.
No, been there, done that. Not.
No,
Yeah.
but
Oh dear. So you don't know until today still.
no.
Isn't it funny?
But now, like, I mean, now our relationship, I mean, that was a dark year for me. So it's like,
Yeah, but we just kidnapped you basically from Spain
oh,
to
yeah.
Bali. It was lockdown and COVID and pandemic and God knows. So yeah, that was a tough year for you. The first year we came here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah.
I'm so grateful times like that passes.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have this ring. This too shall pass, because it does. It does.
I still think about like COVID to this day, like, because it's so rare to see people with masks nowadays.
Yeah.
But when I do, I'm like, what are they doing? And then I
Yeah,
remember all of this COVID, and I'm like, oh my God, that was a thing. And it's like, oh, that was horrible. And it was,
Yeah. We were just
Oh my
talking
God.
about it the other day, because I
Yeah.
got so much video footage and other photos as well from Spain, from the lockdown there, from the airports up to Sweden, then from Sweden to here, and the empty airports and all the rules and regulations and people starving to death basically, because no food and
but like I've talked to a lot of different people from a lot of different countries about like how their COVID experience was, and none of them seemed to be as bad as ours. Like, 'cause Spain was one of the worst ones.
yeah.
So it's fascinating to listen to, like, Australia barely had any like regulations, or like
Yeah, they did.
maybe it wasn't Australia, a different country, but
Sweden.
like, Sweden was fine.
Yeah.
Sweden didn't care.
Yeah.
But like in Spain, it was apocalypse.
Yeah.
It was like apocalypse. Like, you couldn't go outside without having the fear of getting fined for like 1,000 euros for just walking on the street. It was.
Do you think about that a lot? Does it pop up in your head, or are you? Because I never kind of look back, or I rarely. When we talk about it now, obviously I have the memories, but I never ever think about it. And then when we talk about it, it feels like a movie that I was
like,
part of, and now
it feels like a drunken dream. It's like that has no
not
chance of happening.
Yeah,
you know,
right?
like, it's I mean, I don't like think about it regularly, but like every now and then it pops up, and I'm like, wow, that actually happened. Like, that wasn't a fever dream. It was, because it's such a, like, in the moment and looking back on it, it's such a bizarre thing to experience.
Completely.
Like, I remember during COVID and during quarantine and all that crazy stuff, I remember I'd never felt so much like a sheep, and just like like some people know the Sims, the game. Like I just felt like I had someone just kind of with a gear on top of my head, just controlling my every move. Because it was like that. Like it felt like if I move a certain way, it's just like no,
You're
that
gonna
I
get
can't do that.
fined or
Yeah, it was horrible. But
yeah,
like
it was.
yeah, but I'm very glad that that's over.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's so wild to think about. Like the rules. I will
Oh,
never.
let's not go there. I'm gonna
No,
go.
I'm
Oh.
pleased. The rules is like the funniest thing about it. Like they in Spain they had such stupid rules. It was so funny. It was like a lot of things to do with the beach. Like you could have like one of those beach umbrellas, but it wasn't allowed to be rusty. If it was rusting, you'd get fined. You weren't allowed to build sandcastles.
You couldn't go out for a walk, but you could run.
Yeah. You had to wear a mask while walking, but if you sat down, it was fine.
No.
If you sat down at like a restaurant or a cafe
You
or a
weren't
bar,
allowed to sit on the beach, but you could go to a bar and sit.
yeah, you were allowed to be on a paddleboard, but if you fell into the water, you'd
That
get
you
fined.
couldn't do that.
Like it was such, like you can't wrap your head around how stupid those rules were.
Yeah, and also I found it so they lock everybody into their homes.
Yeah.
And then in the biggest supermarket in the town that we were, they had all these DIY things as well, like paint and wood, where you can buy everything to kind of fix up your house while you were in lockdown, or buying new clothes or anything for you could not buy clothes
It was
for
all
your
restricted.
children. You could not buy paint for your house. You cannot. It was like red police tape around these areas in the supermarket. Oh, I don't know why we're talking about this. This is so boring. It's like a movie, seriously.
No, it really
But I'm
is.
happy I'm not that kind of person that dwells in it, because I remember now when we talk about it, but I don't feel I'm bruised by it in that way.
Yeah, no, me neither.
I'm sad that the Spanish people that I absolutely love and that have been my home for most of my adult life, for 20 years, they caved into fear, and I think that was the worst of this whole experience, the fear I saw in people's eyes, and the fear of whatever. It's it's not whatever actually, but it's that was the
No, I remember
most
like walking down the street and just like people would go out of their way. Like they would move out of my vicinity if I just because it was fascinating.
And God forbid if you sneezed.
That was such a big bucket list thing for me to do, is just walk into like a big store and just start hyperventilating and sneezing like crazy. Because I just wanted to see the havoc that it would cause.
Naughty.
But yeah, that was a wild time.
Dear. Have you got any other lies that we don't know about that you did? Actually, save it, because we need to wrap up on this side, and then please join us on Substack. It's link in the description below, and there we have a little bit of backstage
extras.
info. But let's do the grateful things here first.
Yes.
Do you want to start?
I am very grateful for, as I always say, food, water, air conditioning, comfy bed, hot water. That's a very, I never forget to say that. I'm very grateful that one of our children is feeling better, our cat.
I was going to say cat.
Yeah, he's had it a bit rough the past week, but now he's feeling better. And I'm very grateful that we all enjoyed your birthday trip. And that it wasn't...
Did you think that you weren't going to enjoy it?
I don't know. Like, when I go with you guys anywhere, it's a very 50-50 chance of me enjoying it or not. Because it's like either we're actually like doing fun things or we're going to like some old ass museum and looking at the architecture of the wall.
No,
It's yes.
I don't even like museums. I do like art galleries though.
Yeah, art galleries are fine, but I don't know, you take us to some weird places sometimes and it's just
Like
not.
temples and churches. Yeah.
No. But yeah,
I'm happy you enjoyed it too. Yeah, I'm very grateful as well for our little birthday trip that we did to Nusa Lembongan, which is an island just half an hour from Bali, which we love, or I love. I'm also very grateful for our friends here in Bali, amazing people we have around us. And I am grateful for this. I'm always grateful when we talk like this. I love it. And that you haven't got too many lies to tell.
No.
That's brilliant. So, okay, we see you in the next episode or for a little backstage on Substack. So tune in. Lots of love from us. Ciao.